needs you. Japan is calling specifically for black men. I know you are saying why, Tasha. They say they need babies, and black men tend to make a lot of them. After South Korea proposed last week $75,000 per baby.
Well,
$75,000 per baby. Wait, let me quickly look that up before we listen to what brother has to say. Yes, it really is the case. They are giving people $75,000 per baby. South Korean business floats incentives. Before I read any of what I just found now, for those of us who don't know, South Korea is presently having a population crisis, and last year it was projected that the population in 2072 would fall to 36.2 million, a 30% decline from the current 51 million. Over there in South Korea, there is like this movement they call the 4B movement, where women are refusing to have babies. From what I could find, there are two reasons behind why women made this decision in South Korea. One, cost of living is too expensive, so to add a baby to it is even more expensive, and people are not earning as much, so it's going to be difficult to take care of the baby. So for that reason, they're like, nope, we're not going to do it because it's going to be hard. So two, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I could find, they are saying that they don't like the way the men are treating them over there in South Korea. Women deciding to not have children has gotten so bad to the point where now they are seeing a massive drop in the population of the country. And it's gotten so bad now since women decide to not have babies that now they don't even have children that registered to be in elementary school in a good number of the schools over there in South Korea. Like, an academic session started and they did not get new intakes of children registering for elementary school because these children don't exist. They were not vetted. So yeah, so now the Korean government and them folks up there are trying to make sure that they don't go into extinction over there in South Korea, and they're trying to use incentives like money to tell people, to make people give birth to children, make women give birth to children, talking about, oh, we give you so amount of money for a baby. This article here says $75,000 for a baby. South Korean business float incentives as demographic crisis loom. Korean construction group Buyong is offering workers a $75,000 bonus for each baby they produce. Why did they use the word produce? That's just weird. I mean, they could have used another word, but anyways, moving on. One of many eye-catching incentives on offer as politicians and companies grapple with the country's demographic crisis. If Korea's birth rate remains low, the country will face extinction, Buyong Chair Lee Jong-kun told employees last month. You see, it's very interesting that this is a company who is even getting involved here. See, when companies start getting involved, that tells you something. So that's it with South Korea, right? And why their birth rate is declining. Yes, the birth rate in Japan is declining as well, but I'm not sure what's the reason behind that. And at the moment, I'm not able to find anything. But let's go back to the video and listen to what brother had to say in response to sis video.
Black men, Japan needs you. Japan is calling specifically for black men. I know you are saying why, Tasha. They say they need babies, and black men tend to make a lot of them. After South Korea proposed last week $75,000 per baby.
Well, as a black man who's been to Tokyo and been in Japan, I can tell you one thing, guys. I know those passport bros are licking their chops thinking they're just going to go to Japan and hunch on all the Japanese women. Yeah, I went to the Pokemon Center, went to Sunshine City, went to Dragon Ball Z World, all that good stuff. Had a great time. Now, the white boys would have a great chance because that's what they want. But us niggas, not going to be the case. They don't want y'all. Y'all be thinking I'm an asshole because I keep telling black folk, these other folk really don't want us like talking about. And over there, they really don't want us. My grandmother was Japanese, straight from Hiroshima. And she was married to my grandfather. And she was still racist, but she just did what she had to do to get up over here. She used to call us monkeys and beat our ass every time we tried to touch the Buddha statue. Yeah. I had a Marine who, his name was Zafra. And he was half Filipino and half Japanese. His mother's family disowned her for marrying a Filipino man because Filipinos are basically the black folk of the Asian community. They're the dirty ones, according to, Asians. So they disowned his mother for simply marrying a Filipino man. And they don't really mess with him because he's darker skinned Asian. Also, when you go to Japan, I went during the middle of the summer. So when you go over there, you notice it's hot as hell out there, hot and humid as hell. And Japanese people are walking around fully clothed. They either got an umbrella, big hat on, covering their face. They wear gloves, and that is so they can keep their fair skin because they don't want to get tan from the sun because they want to keep white skin.
See, the colorism in Asia is crazy. I mean, we talk about colorism in the African black community, which of course is crazy as well. That ish needs to go since yesterday is 2024, for crying out loud. But the colorism in Asia. So yeah, brother pointing out the colorism is very important, because if they feel the way they feel about their own people who are just like maybe a shade darker than them, how do you think they would feel about black people?
They also get eyelid surgery to look like white people. I remember when I went to this popsicle stand, I tried to, it was all different flavors like blue sour raspberry, sour cherry, green apple. And I was like, oh, okay. So I gave the shawty some yen and I reached in to grab the flavor I wanted. And she's like, no. And smiled and gave me the grape flavor. Yeah. Now I still took it, but she gave it to me, and I wonder why. And this was after the two white guys I was with were able to grab the one they wanted, but she made sure I got grape. And then, so a lot of the dudes that go over there, they number one, they're hunching on prostitutes, and number two, they think it's better because the culture over there is they're just nicer people. Doesn't mean they're not. It doesn't mean they actually like your black ass. And they'll take pictures because a lot of them haven't seen black people, because a lot of them come from the countrysides of Japan into Metro Tokyo to work. They're just not rude. So people think, oh, they think black people are celebrities.
So out of curiosity, they take pictures, not because they really like black people like that. It's because they are, they've never seen a black person before, which is a very interesting point that he brought up. I love that he brought that point up in his video, because you see our people go to them countries and they get very excited when they are getting stopped on the road by, them Asian people, so wherever the place that they went to, that people are so curious. I want to take pictures with them. Which one? I always wonder, when you take a picture with a random person on the road, what do you do with the picture when you get home? I always think about it, like, what would these people do with, what would they be doing with these pictures? Because I cannot imagine having a picture of a stranger in my home. What would I be doing? Anyways, I always wonder, maybe if you guys have an idea of what they are doing with these pictures, educate me in the comment section. But I've always thought it was weird. Even though I'm curious, I'm never going to take a picture with a stranger. And anyways, I always find it very interesting that we only see videos like that with black people. Whether it's a black person in Japan or in Korea or in China or in Turkey, wherever. And I always find it how we don't see the opposite of that happening. You would not find an Asian person over here in Nigeria or in Africa for that matter walking around the streets. And then people are going to be gathering around them wanting to take pictures or touch them.
And then another aspect of it, they want some more Rui Hachimuras. You know what I'm saying? They want some more what's the old girl that play tennis, the little mix, they want some more of them so they could compete and have the athletes. So for all the black passport bros, I promise you, they don't want y'all like that.
So they are targeting the genes. Basically, their goal is the genes. They want black men for their genes so they can have these mixed babies that can excel in sports and represent the country. Reminds me of this video that I saw, I did cover on here as well, of this white girl talking about how she wants a black man for basically his genes, his DNA. That video was, whew, you if you missed that, please check it out. I'm going to link it down below in the comment section. But the point of the matter is, I think the brother made this video as you know, some form of warning, so you know, if you want to go down there as a black man for whatever reason. I mean, it's a free world. People do what they want to do, and they are, of course, within their right to do it. Personally, I've said it on here, I really personally do not care who anybody wants to be with. Passport bros, they are not going to listen though. We all know that. But I guess if you want to get used for your genes, good for you. It's your genes. You do whatever you want to do with your genes. Give your genes to whoever you want to give it to. So my own is, sometimes when I think about these interracial relationships, especially for people who deliberately English will kill me one day. People who intentionally, let me not use that word again, I cannot pronounce it right now for some weird reason. People who intentionally go and procreate with people who don't like them, people who are ready to desist. I don't know why people do that. Like, why would you let your self-hate or whatever it is that is driving you, drive it to the point where you are going to let someone who don't like you entirely and accepts you, someone who is ready to desist, why would you want that person to bet your child and bring a baby into this world that they would not like? Are you not thinking about what that would do to the psyche of the child? Are you not thinking about how that would affect the child, or you just don't care? Fine. Sometimes it's not only even about the family or the person that you are making this child with. It's also the family of this person. Because yes, of course, this person can be accepting of you and really love you and not be a rate to desist. What if they are from a rate to desist family? Now you are going to either force your child to be in a situation, sorry, I have kata, that's why I've been sniffing. Now you are going to force this child, this mixed child, to have to deal with whatever rate to desist thing that their parents, family is going to be saying towards them, or maybe you and your partner will decide to cut that rate to desist family off, and now this child is going to be forced to grow up not having that connection with either their mom's side of the family or their dad's side of the family, whichever one it would be, because this side of the family is rate to desist. Now you are depriving this child of a side of the family that they should have had, because there's so much that goes into it. But at the end of the day, you know, you are free to do whatever you want to do. But I just feel like people it would be nice if people really think about the children in this situation, because they are the ones who suffer if they don't find themselves in a entirely loving unit. For me, I don't think it's only important for your partner to not be a rate to desist. I think it's important for your partner's family as well to not be a rate to desist. Basically, I just wish people thought about the kids more, is what I'm saying. But anyways, this is the updates, guys. If you are going out there, please be safe, I guess. Procreate, of course, it is within your rights to, but do that while thinking about the children that you are procreating. Put the kids in mind, is what I'm saying, because I feel like people don't really think about the kids and their feelings, and it's very unfair. But if you as a black man do decide to take this offer up, I guess, and go down there, just know what you are signing up for. I guess that's what this video is about. And tread with caution and procreate wisely. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Thank you very much for watching. I would see you guys in the next one. Bye.